Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll Hit Die presents our Sunday night game of the Kindred of Savannah. Before we jump into what previously happened, and our players already deciding they're going to roll up new characters for whatever reasons, I'd like to give a shout out for Roll20 as well as Hero Forge. Both of those are objects in which we use, or websites in which we use to run and play our games. Roll20 allows us to put maps and our artwork on the screen for you as viewers to see, and for our players to actually kind of have an idea what's going on. Such as the fact that that little red square in the middle of the map there, well, not technically in the middle, but towards the upper middle, is the bar in which these guys technically work at, which has already been brought to the Camarillo's attention that they technically work there, or at least one of them do. And of course, the miniatures that we'll be bringing out later during our encounter are brought to you through Hero Forge. We're able to create your custom mini to look however you wish it to, with the proper gear, weaponry, backpacks, cloaks, you name it. You can also paint it in a certain style with different kind of decals. If you want spots, you can have spots. If you want stripes, you can have stripes. It's pretty much open to create your character however you wish to do so. And if you're a subscriber, you can turn that into a digital version that you can use in your digital games like we do. And as you can tell, there is the 5th or 6th incarnation of Devin, Angel, Salvatore, or whatever name he's going by this week.
Yeah. Hey, you.
Also, we have a sponsor. If you'll notice in the bottom right-hand corner, right above Hero Forge and Roll20, is Gooey Cube. Gooey Cube is a 5th edition D&D style world. It's not D&D because it is not affiliated with anybody over there at Wizards of the Coast. It is a company all its own. The style is kind of created around like the 5th edition style. It's a world all its own called Zayathe. Now, it was created by the company of Gooey Cube, but it's been expanded upon by the community itself. Different locations, different NPCs, things that the community who have been following Gooey Cube for the last several years have decided to add to it. I don't know if Marcus has, other than of course Alfabio, which is supposed to be Alphinius Goo's bard-ish brother with pink hair. And if anybody of a certain age, which I think most of us might be around that age, knows who Fabio was. Fabio was a cover of romance novels. I think he was just chosen to be on the cover of romance novels because of his appearance. And now Fabio is something similar, just with pink hair. Once again, it's just things that the community can add to the world of Zayathe itself. I've done a few. Marcus has done at least one. And there's others. So get a chance, go to gooeycube.com and check them out and see what they have available. Other than that, we have our Extra Life, which, bad of us to do, but we did not have a game day week this week, which was yesterday for the Extra Life. But we leave it open year long so that when you can, you don't have that one day that everybody does the game day thing. You can do it all year long. Just click on it and give when you can and when you want to. Down below, if you're watching us on Twitch, we have what's called little bubbles. Now, currently for tonight's game as well as Wednesday night's game, there's nothing to spend those bubbles on, but you can collect them and come back and join us on Friday night and add chaos to the already Consequences of Chaos campaign we have running, that Robert's running for us. He seems to enjoy chaos. Most DMs kind of slap their head when their players get a little chaotic, but Robert just smiles and adds to it. So if you'd like to see more chaos in a D&D world, come check us out on Friday night and add to that chaos by using those points that you can earn by watching us. I think that's it as far as my announcements are concerned. Does anybody else have any before we jump into tonight? Well, excellent. So let's go ahead and jump on into tonight's episode of the Kindred of Savannah. Now, last week, mistakes may have been made, but I don't think people realize they made mistakes. Very attractive woman walking down the street in a nice suit draws the attention of one Toreador who seems to be enamored with anything of the female variety. He flirts. He tries to get numbers and lets slip that, yes, He's a vampire, and he works at the club across the street.
What is the browser vampire?
You fucking told her. There was no slipping. You basically told her.
Yeah, I'm a Toreador. I work over there.
That's fine.
Well, she already knew I was a vampire when I approached her. I don't think I actually.
Did
said
she
the
say
word
that?
vampire.
That's when you played
Did she
dumb.
say that?
No.
Okay. As long as we got that straight.
I don't recall actually saying the word vampire.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
the character doesn't remember a lot of things.
I believe it was more of a, yeah, I'm a Toreador. And I work over there as a DJ.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look that up. I think y'all put words in my mouth.
But, yeah, nothing bad could have happened from that, right? No. So, our kindred here go about the rest of their evening, and they had an appointment set up to meet with a very important person, the Prince of the Camarilla, the following night. So they all decided, we'll meet up at this location and we'll head on together. Except when our Toreador ladies man decided to wake up, hop on his bike, and leave, he almost ran into I want to say it was a Lincoln Town car, I believe is what I called it.
I think so.
That the driver stepped out and said, sir, your ride is here. He didn't recognize the driver, didn't recognize the car, but he did recognize the fact that the guy was insistent that he was going to ride with him.
Yeah.
Everyone else is waiting on Marcus to show up, or I'm sorry, waiting for Angel to show up. When Angel finally shows up in a strange vehicle, and I believe 2 other vehicles come pulling up behind him. As stepping out of these vehicles is the Prince of Savannah. What did I say the gentleman's name was? Julius Movilla. Of course, he has his arm candy with him, one Tara Osborne. And stepping out of the other vehicles is a gentleman, or an individual named Etten. These are characters in which Judd has previously met before, because he seems to have an idea of all these Primogens, what they call them, which is kind of the ruling council of the Camarilla. They advise the prince on things and directions to go. I suppose anybody who's ever done anything with a vampire knows what I'm talking about. The prince is not always top of the food chain. He's leads, but just like with anybody else, he has a council that he can rely on for advice. Whether he or she listens to that counsel is a different story. But that's not this story. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. Before we do that, and unless you guys are new and you don't know who my players are, we'll start with Domenico.
Hello, my name is Curtis. Tonight I am playing Igor. Not Dom, but Igor. That's very important for tonight. It's not one or the other. It's, yeah, he is Igor. He is here. He is a Bruja. He's from the north. He's here. Yep.
Alright, so after, I'm sorry, Igor. Yes, that was you.
Well, what name should I go by today?
Hey, that's up to you. This is your character, not mine.
Let's see. I will be Priscilla Banana.
Yeah. Which is the only problem is you've already introduced yourself as Angel to one Tara Osborne.
Yeah, I know. Hello, everybody. My name is Marcus Scott. I am playing. Well, this week his name's Angel Salvatore, which may change after this meeting. Who's a charismatic toreador who loves to party, loves to dance, loves to DJ. And
Everything a Toreador likes to do.
yes. And right, not everyone here's a veteran.
Well, the one who is a veteran still didn't catch it, so.
How we joke about Marines eating crayons because they're not all bright upstairs.
Yeah, I've met a few, and I wouldn't say that to them.
I'm gonna relate to a few of them when I say it to them.
All right, so we'll jump to our very last character, who is going by which name tonight?
Jude.
Jude.
So, Robert Maxwell, I'm playing Jude, or Judge, depending on who tonight. And, actually, Judge might be how he goes tonight. He is the, Bruce Nosferatu. At least that's what we're going with right now. And he is really good at breaking in places and hiding. And recently he started to discover that, there are some people in the world that just need him. But that's completely different. So, back to you, Dan.
Alright, so like I said, where we left off, where did we leave off?
So we were all in the cemetery. They had come to pick up me and...
Right, it was the cemetery. I was trying to remember exactly where we had you guys meet.
Yeah, because we were escorted out to the parking lot, I believe, by one of Jude's acquaintances.
Yeah, the goal had been to let the Prince meet them individually because, just because.
Yeah.
You don't cast dispersions on anyone's name.
There we go. Alright, so let's see. Go ahead and put you. Which one is this? This is your old one. Let's delete that. Let's delete that one too. That must be, is that Dom?
Yep.
Or Igor? Alright, go ahead and read your characters out, except for, this one needs to be over here.
Okay.
Did that not come out? There we go. Yeah, no. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that.
One of those.
Very good.
What was that?
They're not there.
They're not there.
Who's not there?
Exactly.
No, I'm trying to get the drivers out. I grabbed the wrong miniature. Alright, so Angel, you're pretty much right where you're standing. You've got a car on either side of you, and these individuals are stepping out of those said vehicles. What would you gentlemen like to do?
Is there
Short
proper
bow.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna holler at Jude. I thought you said the meeting's not for another 2 hours. What the heck? And when I noticed they're bowing, I'm like, oh, hi,
Lands change.
hi.
So I take it this is the Prince.
Yes, this is the Prince. This is Tara.
This is Etienne.
Yeah, that's Etienne, and this Lycidius. And of course, these are their drivers. Go ahead and give me a wits and awareness.
Heard everybody, or?
Oh, well, I mean, if you want, you don't have to. Yeah. You stay with that?
I'm good for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and save some stuff for later.
Copy that.
I'm already, panicked. So.
I'm already
I-
panicked.
Come on. Oh, but I still, have two. But
Yeah, that's good enough.
Of course, Angel's on it, notices everything.
and I frankly am expecting there to be a lot more people than what we see here. So. Yeah, like I'm sure my fire is somewhere around here.
You might be. All those I made a minute ago, and the one thing I did not put in is the drivers. So I'll take care of that while we're doing this. Alright, so, yeah. You notice that none of them seem to be speaking at the moment. Let's see, Lucidius moves to here. Etten moves right around here. Jarver stays put. And Terra does not leave the prince's side, neither does his driver. And they're looking directly at you, Angel.
I recognize you.
She gives a coy smile but doesn't say a word.
Oh. Okay.
I say coy smile, but you're pretty certain you've seen a smile like that before in some of those scary movies you used to watch when you were living.
Mm-hmm. So, does the prince look more regal or
Explain your question.
Yeah, it should be here shortly.
Does
It's
the
got
prince?
patch. Okay. And more regal. Does he look like a prince, or does he just look like a guy in a suit?
He's very nicely dressed. Let's see. See if I can actually show you what he looks like. There you go.
Yes,
And
yeah,
you do remember what Terra looks like, right?
Yeah. I just want to make sure there's no one else that I could possibly might confuse with
Alright.
being the prince and not the actual prince.
There's Lucidius. Here's Etienne. A little more close-up view other than trying to look at the miniature.
Who was that? So nice place you got here, I guess. If I was a prince, I'd probably, be held up at some fancy mansion or hotel.
And this is the one I'm supposed to meet with? He's quite boring, love. Are you sure this is him? Yes, this is the gentleman, or I use the term loosely, who came to me the other day in the street. Apparently him and his friends are due to meet with you. Yes, Elijah told me about it. Your name?
My name is
I believe
Angel.
that's what I asked. Angel. Really?
Yes.
That's the name you're going to go with?
given. You know, when you're poor and your parents, they tend to name you. I could go with, what name? I don't know. I mean, if you think it should change, I could probably come up with some names. But yeah, Angel's my bird name.
I told you, darling. Yes, you did.
But if you like, you could call me DJ Spike.
And I thought I was going to be dealing with someone of a higher standard. What about those over there? Do you know any of them? No, I have not met them, but apparently they are with him. Oh, I do recognize Elijah's pet, though.
Yes.
You are visible, I assuming, right?
Oh, yes, yes. And I am blank face.
Be right back.
I'm there.
Well, do either you two wish to speak up? I mean, this is supposed to be your meeting with me. I do have more pressing matters that I could attend to than to stand in a cemetery and deal with trouble.
Well, I will approach my partner just a little bit and say, well, I wish to introduce you to two people I have met. This is, are you going by Dom or Igor? Igor.
Igor is important right now.
Yes. This is Igor. A very competent and capable individual. And you have met Angel.
Yes, that would be the flashy fellow here in front of me.
Yes.
Angel or Spike. Someone's watched way too many TV shows in their youth. Oh, say it again. Someone has watched way too many TV shows in their youth.
I think he ran off.
He's there.
I'm back. Sorry. Well, single mom. I was raised by TVs. You know.
So what would be your proper birth name? Uh-oh, what happened here? Okay, hold on.
What happened?
For some odd reason it didn't save his abilities. So people on chat are watching or get to watch me put stuff in. Nope, they didn't put any stuff in. Alright, I'll go back and fix that. Fine, fine. If we're going to stick with the Buffy the Vampire Slayer here and the rest of you. Yes, Angel.
Well, last name Salvatore.
I'm sure there's a birth certificate somewhere with that name on it, right?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I believe so. I haven't actually seen my birth certificate.
Alright. Enough of this droll. You're in my city. Why are you here?
Well, I came from Corpus Christi.
Yeah, so I
Then
heard.
came here to DJ. That's why I'm here.
Who's your sire?
My sire is Isabella. She was my girl back in Corpus Christi, and I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know she was one of us. Fell in love with her, about a year or so ago, and then about 2 months ago she left. So don't know what. So I continued on. Learned what she taught me to basically keep my mouth shut, and when I got a job here, I figured I'd start a life over here. But she didn't really cover what all this is.
Mm-hmm. And you took a job at a club here in my city without my invitation.
I didn't know who you were.
Every city has a prince. You're telling me you are that ignorant of the masquerade? What is your affiliation?
I have none.
You have none.
Like I said, it was just me and my girl. That was it.
Your girl Isabel.
Isabella, yes.
And where was Isabella from?
Told me she was up from New York, but that's when we first started dating. So she could have lied to me. I don't know.
And what did Isabella do?
She was a party girl.
In what
Well,
frame?
I met her at the club I worked at Corpus. When back home, she caught my eye. I kind of instantly fell in love with her, which is odd, but yeah. Started seeing each other, and I guess because of what she was, her lifestyle and my lifestyle, we never really seen daylight. And about a year ago, she told me what she was, and I told her I just wanted to spend the rest of my life with her, and she's like, well, the only way that happens is if I do that, and I was like, so be it. But yeah.
Give me
Give you
an intelligence/resolve.
intelligence/resolve. And this is for
Let's see. Let's re-roll that.
yeah, I am as well.
Looks like you just barely failed it. Where'd she go?
1, 2, 3.
Did I close her out? No. This one right here looks at you and says, how about you tell us the truth? And you feel compelled to do so.
Alrighty. The truth. Fine. And none of my presence can counter that.
Intelligence plus resolve was your resistance to it. If you were human, you wouldn't have it roll.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
It was a statement.
The statement was, tell us the truth.
About what?
Well, it's a compel, and you know what it's about.
find a loophole here.
I know you are.
Yeah.
But the only comment that was made was tell us the truth after you gave that long, drawn-out story.
Okay. Fine. Wasn't Isabella. I don't know who my sire is. And I've only learned about the masquerade from Jude.
And why is that?
Because I'm new to town.
Jude, care to enlighten us as to why you had to teach this individual about the masquerade?
Because I didn't want him doing what that other fellow was doing.
And you hear a voice
Yeah, the
behind
one
you,
that
yes.
was going around killing things willy-nilly.
And why is that? Why would he be doing that? That was one of those newly turned from the club incident the other night. So what made you think this fellow would be the same? Yes, Jude. Do tell us, what would make you think this fellow was the same? As you hear behind you.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just sitting there going, because I really just didn't want to see another person. Well, I didn't want to see this person go around and kill homeless people or something else. I just thought he probably needed to know a little bit better.
Elijah, didn't you tell me your pet staked to newly turned vampires from that incident? And of course you hear from behind you. Yes, sire, I did. Apparently, I may have been mistaken, believing that he had done so.
Okay, fine. I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Well, puts us in a bit of a predicament here now, doesn't it? You did not come to my city without my permission. You've been in my city and turned without my permission. What to do with you? Darling, any ideas what I should do? I don't know, dear. He seems a little fun, but I don't know if we should leave him to his mechanisms or just stake him right here and leave them.
Well, to be fair, just so y'all know, we took care of that little rampage vampire guy who was killing all of the city.
Yes, we figured that out.
Okay.
Seeing as how you were there and claimed to be working for the Justicar.
I never claimed that. I never said I work for the Justicar. Never said that. Those words do not leave my lips.
I look over at Igor and go,
You don't hear a response. You don't see a response. He is just there, stone faced. Although if he had a knife, he may have stabbed himself in the leg.
He may have stabbed himself in the leg. What?
Like all this
To keep from
internal
saying
screaming.
anything.
Internal screaming.
yes.
Let's go ahead and do this.
Yeah, as I said, Igor here is really useful.
And of course,
So-
Elijah pops up behind you. Decides,
Yeah.
I suppose it's time to make myself known.
I had a feeling you were there.
Well, if I could breathe, you'd feel it on the back of your neck.
Well, yes.
So, what to do with the three of you? Oh, I was certain you had an idea.
We're not part of your little gang here, so.
Yeah, excuse me. Yes.
Oh, he's part of your gang.
Gang. Such a drab term. I mean, we are the Camarilla. We're not a gang. We leave that to the gang rules in the Ruha of the streets.
Okay. Hold that thought. Doorbell.
Saved by the bell. By the way, did you guys whirl those wits and awareness I asked for earlier?
I rolled. I got 1 point.
Okay, it looks like Judd
And
got
I had
2.
gotten 2.
Judd, you did notice that 2 drivers have rather large bulges in their jackets, like right up underneath their arms, and it's about that long.
Mm-hmm.
And you're pretty certain you know they're carrying probably some double-barreled shotguns loaded with a nice little phosphorus bullet.
Well, I will actually break in while this is going on and say, okay, there was a secondary reason why I didn't want to kill him. It's because the sheriff and the SI showed up at exactly the same time to an anarch buffet. And there's a lot of other stuff going on that I think somebody external is stirring the pot here.
Yes, we've heard rumors of another faction within the city.
And I wanted to keep them around to figure out, how they got there. And
Are you being honest with them?
I am.
Or are you trying to bullshit your way out of this?
No, I'm about 80% honest.
Okay, so we'll give me a...
This is really more of an afterthought of...
Give me a persuasion.
Okay.
And let me bring up Julius and see what his... Because this is a stat he actually has. I just don't have his powers in place.
Yeah, I am not good at persuasion, so... I'm not trying to, be uber manipulative or anything here. So, because this would be charisma, which is going to suck. So, as you will see in just a moment.
You might have a chance.
Oh, no.
Oh. No. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I started realizing there's a lot more going on here than I normally suspected, and so I kept them around until I could figure out what was really going on.
You're not being deceptive, that much is certain, and you apparently believe what you're saying is true. Do you think these 2 gentlemen might have a hand in it, or a connection to it? You, the strong, silent type, do you not have any words for yourself?
I had yet to be addressed directly.
I like
So sorry about that.
That's fine. I like this one.
To answer your question, they had gotten invited to that party. So, why they had gotten invited to that party, I think is part of the whole reason of why I think somehow someone wanted them there.
Yes, it's definitely an interesting story. So, as I was saying, I like this one. He decides to keep his mouth shut until he is spoken to. You've been spoken to. Tell us your side of things.
My new name is Igor.
Your new name? Okay.
Old name doesn't matter. That person's dead.
That's one way of thinking of it.
Sire, as you've heard, she was Nestavan. She is dead.
Nestavan.
We discovered that name later.
Nestavan
Yeah.
was an Enoch. Go on.
Like he said, he taught me the ropes. I'm rather independent as of right now.
You have no affiliation with anyone or any group in the city?
I've talked to both Anarch and Camarilla, but this is about the extent.
You've talked with the Anarchs. Do explain that one for me.
Scab, down by the motorcycle shop.
Yes,
He
that,
was
that street
kind
urchin.
of, yes. He was kind of in the realm that I dealt in with some of the operations I did. Some more less than legal vehicles.
Okay, so that's your only connection to the Anarchs.
Well, then we
I'm
tried
sorry,
to fight
Angel,
back
did
from
you
there.
say something?
Yeah. Was that the place where we got my motorcycle back from, or is that a different place?
No, that was, I need to look at his name because I forgot his name. That was the 5th Street Demons up on the other side of town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
were...
that was from Proto.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're mortals.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, when I asked your friend the question if that was the only connection with the Anarchs he's had, you said no. Why is that? You did.
said
You
no?
started your conversation with no, and he said, "Is that the ones we got the bike from?"
I said, "Oh, is that?"
Oh,
the-
okay. So he said no. My bad. No would have worked good. All right. So Scab and his street rabble are the only ones you've had connections and conversations with on the Anarch side.
Conversations? No, I did run into. I don't know what his title is. A man in a white suit, who I believe was a Anarch as well.
White suit Anarch.
Oh, yeah.
So you're telling me you've had communications with the Baron, but you decided not to have communications with the Prince.
If that is what that situation was about, if it is in the same realm as this situation is, then
Which is basically we didn't have a choice in the matter.
I mean, if you were alive, you'd be continually digging your own grave.
good place to do it.
So you've had a conversation with the Baron in this city of mine, well, the Anarchs, but you neglected to let the Prince of the city know that you existed. And when approached by the Prince's men, you claimed to be affiliated with Justicar.
I never claimed that.
Never done
No,
that.
but I was told that the rather flamboyant one may have mentioned it.
He does not speak for me.
I never said I was part of Justicar. I don't even know who the Justicar is.
And out from behind a tree about 20 yards away, a young woman comes walking out with a dog. You recognize her as being the woman you spoke to at the park when you were investigating the first killing from that rogue vampire. You did
Okay.
not mention to this lady that, anything about the Justicar, right?
No. Because she was a mortal cop.
I kind of looking, my jaws kind of dropped about this whole Justicar thing. It's like, what?
What to do with you? This is a very complex thing. Darling, what do you think I should do? Well, I mean, you could just stake them right now and we just call it a night. Yes, but that seems like a waste of talent. Especially the tall, silent one. And Elijah still says his pet is worth something. I don't see what he's worth, but Elijah seems to think so, and I too trust his counsel. Of course, this one here I'm still yet to see. I have an idea. He turns from looking at Angel and turns directly at Judd.
Okay.
You have an assignment. Completion of this assignment determines whether or not you see the sunrise once more.
Yes, sir.
Find out who stirred the pot, if you will. Bring them to me, and me alone.
Stirred what pot?
Savannah.
He doesn't even look your direction, Angel, when you say that. He just looks like if he could breathe, it looks like he made a deep sigh.
Yes, sir.
And we'll discuss. If you bring me this in a very timely manner, I believe we'll make arrangements for you and your friends to remain upright.
Yes, sir.
So, Igor, you know who your sire is?
I point to the man behind me.
No, Igor.
Oh, Igor.
He's ignoring you, not saying anything.
Is there a way y'all can let me know who my sire is so I can, test them out or something?
You.
I think they might be already dead. I will look at the prints and just say twins. That's all I know.
Twins. I mean, twins are a very rare commodity in the Kindred world. It's not unheard of. I'm going to assume these twins are also anarchs.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Elijah speaks up behind you. Goes, it sounds like you're talking about Zola and Zara. They are the two anarchs that were Toreador. And of course, this flamboyant one seems to be. Didn't Tara say that's what he was? Yes, he did mention something along those lines. DJ? Performing?
Yeah. But the word Toreador didn't come out of their mouth.
I'd probably not.
You're screaming it.
So, Zola or Zara, one of those apparently.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I knew one of them did. I think they both died that night. So, there you go. Apparently, one of those sisters was your sire. So, next time you're asked, I guess you can remember that. Maybe. If you can keep stories straight.
I can keep stories straight.
All right, Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
You have 2 days. And upon the end of the second, 2 nights, whatever. Upon the end of the second night, if I have not heard any information from you, I will have you hunted down and staked where you're found. And anyone associated with you or who tries to protect you will be dealt the same punishment. Elijah, you cannot protect him forever. Just like you can't protect Zeke forever. Eventually someone's going to get tired of that one's mouth and stake him as well. And the driver opens the door. The prince and Tara get back in. You'll notice that Etten and Lucidius does not get. I think it was Lucidius. Yeah, does not get in the car until after the prince's vehicle is pulled away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, that's. Yeah. Well, I knew I transferred all the friggin' powers over here. What the hell's going on here? Yeah, I transfer them over or type them in, and only a few of them are whatever. So let me go back to him. Sorry, gentlemen.
No problem.
What the hell is that? Okay. Alright, there we go. We got at least her powers are taken care of and his powers are. So, she will walk up to you, Angel.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of just walks around you, looking at you.
How you doing?
Doesn't say a word, just looks at you.
You're shy, huh?
Give me a composure.
No, you're shy.
Give me a composure intelligence.
I'm trying to do.
Composure and wits.
No, intelligence.
Wait to look at Igor and say, "You get some needle and thread."
Presence.
Alright. Guys hate me tonight.
You've got willpower.
I did.
Oh, never mind.
4, 3, 2.
Well, it seems that you two are kind of at a lock.
Oh.
She's trying to. You can tell that she's exuding a certain energy that doesn't seem to roll over you and affect you. You recognize it as awe.
Okay.
And when she's walking,
Yeah.
it almost looks like she's walking on air. Just kind of lightly steps around you, walks to the car, then climbs in the back
Before she
seat.
goes, let's see how she likes being awed.
We'll find out.
No, you really poked the dragon.
Composure and intelligence. Okay. What's my DC? Oh, what's my difficulty?
See, it's manipulation and presence, that's 3, might be at 4.
So your manipulation is.
So 1, 2.
Yeah,
Or
she
success.
looks at you, and it's almost like you're eagerly like googling at her as you're trying to awe her. Your fangs are showing, dear. She gets in the backseat of the car, and the driver closes the door.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Give me an intelligence and resolve.
Who, me?
Yep. And you may be able to do fine on this.
Why didn't I go through?
I don't know. Because you wanted to fail it?
Oh. Right back. What else going on there?
The gentleman walks towards the car, bears his fangs in your general direction. His eyes kind of glare a little bit. He tells you to run along a little puppy.
Oh, was that his girl?
That was his compel that didn't really work out too well. But your resisting the compel caused you a bit of a issue. So why don't you tell me what those two bestial failures ended up doing to you? Maybe you're trying to resist to the point that you're getting a little more hungrier?
Okay.
Your nose is bleeding, you know, or whatever. I don't know really how that works with vampires, but you get this ringing in your head because you're trying to resist and cause manipulation to kindred that are a little bit older than you are, probably used to dealing with things like this.
Okay.
So we'll say you got a ring in your ears and you got a bit of a headache.
Okay. I need to go see what that scream was about.
So they've left. She will walk over here to the car with him, and they will leave. Leaving the three of you standing there with Elijah standing behind you.
Yeah. And I will turn to him.
You told me you staked them.
I just couldn't do it. I probably could.
Do you realize what that does for my position? Knowing that my offspring can't follow a simple command.
I know. Looking at Angel, I probably could now. But at the time, I just couldn't do it.
I can't protect you. You have 2 days. You live or you die. You continue your unlife or you burn at the stake by your own means. And he vanishes.
Understand.
He just kind of steps back in the shadow and disappears.
Yep.
You guys are left standing in the cemetery alone.
Well, we have 2 days, 2 nights.
Shall I stake him now for them?
Horrible thing is, we may need him before this is over.
Where are we going to start?
No idea.
I say we raid the FBI building and find the files on how they figured out we were going to raid that place. That was sarcastic.
But good start. Yeah, I mean, we don't know how the sheriff found out. We don't know, who informed him. We don't know who informed the SI. So we need to go find that out. I think we first need to just get out of here.
So that went well.
Take a long walk in a circuitous manner. Walk around.
Long walk off a short pier, got it.
Yeah, making sure that no one's tailing us.
Oh yeah. They drove me here. What the fuck?
Is that shitty little Honda still here?
Hmm?
That shitty little Honda, is it still here?
Probably.
It's like, oh, it's got a toe sticker on it. Rip.
Rip.
Yeah, it's probably still sitting there. You know.
So yeah, take it and drive around for a little bit to make sure nobody's following us, and then how about we just meet back over at 51 degrees, and maybe Kristoff can help us figure some of this out.
I don't know if going back there would be a good idea now. For a
Well,
little while.
true. Yeah.
Well, they already know I work there.
Yeah. Which is its own problem, I think.
So I'm sure they already have some inclination of someone being there that's not just you.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, somebody probably does need to talk to Kristoff. It probably needs to be face to face. I don't think he's going to come out. Igor, I think you are the best to get over there and talk to him.
Okay.
And Angel,
Yeah.
I mean, you might be a good distraction.
Okay. So I'm bait for what? What do you need me to go do?
Just basically make a big enough show about, being around that people will keep their eye on you and not on Igor.
Okay.
So what am I supposed to question him about?
Briefly, tell him what just happened so he knows, and then see if he has any leads on who is stirring the pot. I hope it's not him.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Give me a roll. Hold on. I'll tell you what it is. Since I really have no idea. Let's see. Give me an insight, intelligence insight. That's your final answer? Yeah, okay.
I will spend willpower and try to get some. I got
Oh,
one, so no.
Yeah, so yeah, both of you got one success, so yeah. Keep going with where you're going. Nothing changes.
Yep.
I have no information for you. I have no information for you on that front right now.
Right.
Your line of questioning you were having with each other.
But let Kristoff know, and then we can go from there. And I'll meet you all soon. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the street, streetwise and other things, just talking to anyone I know that might have an idea about what's going on. I mean, it was Club Elon. You know, what's
Alan-
happened to the place since then?
Yeah, and it was organized by Talon Trudor, I think, is his name.
Mm-hmm.
He was Mr. Elon. Yeah, Talon Tudor. He's the Baron.
Yep.
Yeah. So I would say first talk to Christoph, and you can text me later. And I'm going to do the only thing I can, which is just streetwise. Trying to figure out what's happened to Elon since then. I don't have contacts in the city, so, and I doubt city offices are still open. Doesn't mean I can't break them. And so I might end up doing that so I could find out about the ownership of Elon. So. Okay.
All right, so what y'all doing?
I'm gonna go talk to Kristoff, but I'm gonna try and sneak my way there after a point.
Alright,
While
so I'll
somebody
let
else
you-
does a
I'll let-
distraction.
All right,
Yeah.
and I'm guessing Angel's the distraction.
Yes.
What kind of distraction?
I'm going to. Do we see like anybody else on the streets walking with us, or walking?
Well, you're in a car. Last I heard.
Oh. Okay.
So give me a wits and awareness to see if you're being followed. If that's the first question you have.
Since I was probably driving.
Yeah, you've gotten a lot more driving in since you met these two.
Yes, I know. And I will go on and spend willpower again.
No, you don't notice anybody, but that guy just cut you off,
Yeah.
and you're.
Actually, that's 2 on mine.
Oh, that was Angels. That was a bestial.
Social failure.
You get a lot of those bestial failures tonight, man. It's not your night.
No.
So I take that back. Jude, you've got 2 successes. You don't notice that anybody following you.
Okay.
But Angel screams out about the guy in front of you, just pulled out in front of you as you was looking in the rearview mirror. And
Gotcha.
if he was driving, you're pretty certain he would have rammed into him on purpose. Somebody's getting a little hangry, maybe. We don't know. I mean, it's been a little
He's
bit.
getting hangry.
Just a tad.
So I will leave him over by. I will drop him off at his house.
All right. And of course, once you get there, what's his name?
Gil?
No, it ain't Bill.
Gilbert. Doorman? Marcus?
Yes. No, it's not Marcus. Marcus is your driver. It's not Vincent. It's
Gilbert's the door guy.
Gilbert and Gloria. Salvino. Gloria's the maid.
yeah,
he's the
Gilberto Salvino. Gloria's the maid. Let's see what. Okay. Rouse check was a success. You're able to obfuscate yourself or hide yourself to be able to go inside. Alright, so we'll get with that here in a second. Drops you off. Gilberto opens the door. Good to see you again this evening, sir. You doing all right? You had guests earlier.
It's been a rough night. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Oh, very well. He opens the door for you and closes it behind you. So now it's the two of you that are in the vehicle together. Where are you heading? Igor and Judd.
Well, I was going to let Igor off downtown, near where that picture is showing, basically on West Bay,
Okay.
or well, East Bay, so he can make his way where he needs to go.
And then you're
I am just,
okay.
I'm
So
going to go toward where City Hall is, but I'm gonna leave the car a couple blocks away.
all right. So go ahead and give me larceny, dexterity larceny.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start trying to sneak my way towards Club 51.
Copy that. So you can go ahead and give me your stealth roll. Stealth dex. There you go. Yeah, you have no problem. Your mindset is if they really need to up the locks on this place, since this is supposed to be a government building.
Yeah.
So you have no issue getting into the building and making your way to the records department.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you give me...
How about investigations and intelligence, or
That works for me.
as well?
An investigation intelligence works for me.
It's been willpower again.
It's been a tough night.
It has
Yeah.
been a tough night.
Stressful, I haven't done shit.
So I got 2 successes.
Alright, so it's going to take you a while searching around for, any information. We'll get back to it on that in a minute. Alright, so you sneak your way towards 51 there, Igor. You see the club in sight, and I hate to keep going back and doing this. This is the 15th night. 13th was a Saturday night, wasn't it?
Monday? Yeah.
So now it's a Monday night. Not that many people there, granted. There's no big long line out the street because, of course, it's a Monday night. It looks, you got Jordan. It is Jordan, right?
Yeah.
At the door. Actually, looks like... Let me make sure I don't make this mistake like I've done in the past. Zoe. Yeah, Zoe's actually standing there talking with him at the door.
Okay.
You don't see... Give me a wits and awareness as you get closer to the front of the club.
That's mainly why I'm trying to be sneaky.
Is that your final answer?
No, it's not. But 2 successes.
You do notice motorcycles parked across the street.
Okay. I'm gonna go in the back door.
Okay. Coming around the back, you do your typical knock. Actually, at this point in time, you probably have a key.
Okay. Yep. Just sneak on inside.
You come up through the back door. You've got the one bouncer standing there. Nods to you, steps aside, opens the door, lets you inside. When you get inside, you see what seems to be a strange sight for you. You've never seen Christoph use Flush of Life.
Ooh. Okay.
And he is currently all nice and warm looking. You can actually hear a heartbeat coming from him.
Okay.
He's standing at the window as per usual, looking down on the crowd. Doesn't
if
turn
he's-
to you, but he does address you.
If he's doing that, I'd then I would as well, just to, for any reason or sake, in case anything happens, rouse check. I'm a little hungry, that's okay. So, just 2 normal humans inside this room.
Seems that your evening has already started off in a very interesting way.
Meeting went well.
Well, you are still standing, you're here, and I'm not receiving any notice that you're being staked in the cemetery.
Give it a couple days.
And what do you mean by that?
Somebody talked a little too much, and now we have a job.
What would that job happen to be?
Oh, find out who ruined the party. A couple weeks ago.
Oh, you mean your birthday party?
Yeah. And we had 2 nights.
Well, sounds like you haven't your hands full. And you notice that he's not turned around and addressing you. He seems to be watching out the window and down at the floor.
Saw some motorcycles out front.
Yes, we have visitors. 3 gangrel down in the dance floor. So far, they're behaving. But they seem to be looking. They keep questioning the staff about Angel and how long he's worked here and when he actually showed up.
Yeah, he did let that slip to that gal the other night, and
Gal? What gal?
oh great, he's gonna take a seat in a chair and explain how he is, getting all buddy-buddy with the prince's girlfriend, and that's the gal he had talked to,
Okay.
and so he worked here.
You notice he walks with, carries a cane with him as he walks around. As you regale him with this story, you hear a snap as the handle to the cane that he was currently just kind of gradually leaning against crumples in his hand. He graciously walks over and drops it in by the door to be thrown away, and he opens the cabinet nearby. It looks like a closet or, a wardrobe, and opens it up, pulls out a different cane, hardwood, walks back over to the window and continues looking outside, and he sighs very deeply and says, yes, that seems to be an issue.
Best part is he was macking on her again tonight after they were trying to get ready to leave.
Case in point, out of character, he wasn't macking on her this time. He was macking on one of the Primogen.
Oh, okay.
A different one.
Still.
But yes.
And
Another Camarilla.
Character,
I got the sense of awe. That's what I figured.
Nick was the one that told us what her name was, because he told her. Angel told Nikolai, or whatever his name was. Christoph, yeah. About the girl.
Because he said he knew her a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But I don't know if you actually informed him that you told them you worked in his club.
But yeah, no, Angel
Did
works
you?
here, and he's been working here.
I don't know for certain if you did or not. Maybe that's the reason why he crushed his cane, because you let something like that slip. Well, I mean, it was bound to happen before too long. So, what are your plans to find out? Well, let's just say, what are your plans to stay out of the sun?
Try and actually find who did this, who leaked the information to all the parties involved. B, try and get a one-way trip to Antarctica.
In those particular order, or is this an A or B situation?
A little bit of both, I'm thinking. I'm hoping we can find out who did this. But
Well, I mean, it would be beneficial for all parties involved. I mean, I would like to know who it was myself.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember, did they want us to just figure it out and take that information to them, or take the person to them?
Take the information to the prince.
Okay, yeah.
And the prince alone.
Yeah, so... I mean, if one other person knows, the prince doesn't know us here, that's okay. But that'll be after the fact. He gets this information. Prince first, of course. But yeah, no, he wants to be the only one with this information of who leaked it. Insight check when he says him and him alone. Or not him and him alone. On Kristoff, actually. To see if he would like to know who did this, to try and get an idea.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an insight awareness, maybe?
Insight awareness. Okay. Well, that's just going to be 2. Those are both skills. Do you want to attribute with it? Wits or intelligence?
Let's see. Yeah, add wits to what did I say it was?
Insight.
Yeah, wits and insight. My bad.
Yep. That's gonna be 4
I think
dice. Two.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
go
what were you
ahead and
trying
push
to?
One more.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, just 2. So I was trying to get.
Now, what was the push? Did you say push one more?
Willpower. I was gonna try and get that last one up top.
Yeah, because you can't reroll hunger.
Nope.
2 is enough. What were you trying to find out?
I was just trying to figure out, like, he said he would like to know as well, and the thought had been put in my mind that maybe he was the one that did it, which wouldn't make any sense.
Okay, so with that, you're certain that he is truthful. He would like to know who was behind it as well, which gives you the indication that he was not.
Yeah. So yeah, we were trying to sort out where all that came from.
And by the way, the roll earlier for your what I say it was intelligence. Was it awareness or whatever? I had you rolling an intelligence kind of check earlier. That was to see if you remember the fact that why would he send you to watch his people if he was responsible for what was going on?
Yeah, that was more of a... The thought was there and it didn't make sense, but worth checking.
From your insight, you're pretty certain he would like to know who it was too, which indicates he had no hand in it. But from I will say with that insight, you do notice there's something else bugging him at the moment.
Okay. But yeah, that's kind of where we're sitting here thinking of trying to find all that out. I know of a couple places worth checking, but they're death traps to go to, but that's to be expected. So why are you all dolled up this afternoon, or this night?
We have guests, of course.
That the only reason?
Well, I don't need them knowing that I am what I am. These lowly gangrels can be easily fooled by this. And that is currently the only reason. We've not had any legal issues this evening, no SI arriving. It's just these... Bless you.
Thank you.
Just these gangrels. Apparently they're checking up on the story that was given to them. And you've informed me of where that story came from, and I believe he came to me last night with some of this information, but not all of it.
Oh, just a little bit.
Well, now, they were behaving. Now they're not.
Anybody down there to take care of that, or?
Well, that's the problem. The harassing Zoe.
Okay.
And Jordan has already stepped in, but there's 3 of them, and of course he's human.
He'll reach down and pick up the broken cane. All hardwood?
All hardwood.
Perfect. I might need this. And he'll just, I'll go give him a hand in case anything gets out of hand.
All right. So you head out.
Yep, this is not a great way for them to learn that I'm also here, but
All right. As you go walking down the stairs, they see the two guys that guard the door are kind of bristling because they do notice it too, but they've not been given permission to leave the door. And from your time working here that that's their only job. Their job is not to watch the floor and take care of issues there. As you walk down the stairs, you notice that two of them are pretty much pushing Zoe back and forth between the two of them, while the third one is shoving Jordan back against the wall.
Okay, Potence. So that's going.
It's getting a bit of a crowd. There are actually a couple people watching. I believe it hasn't gotten to the point where the music has stopped yet.
Mm-hmm.
As you come down around the stairs and you notice up on stage is not DJ Hitman. You recognize DJ Strix running the board tonight. And I'm going to say it's easy enough for you to notice. You can see a glare in her eyes as she's, looking in that general direction.
Yeah, I just noticed that, and I'm going to go say hi to them and de-escalate the situation one way or another. It may escalate first, but here's to hoping.
All right, so you make your way up there. Like I said, one is shoving Jordan around, and of course you notice that Jordan's a pretty good stout dude, but he's not able to stand his ground too much against this strange, gangrely looking fella.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and pull Zoe out of the mix and
Hey, that's our fun.
Nope, your fun.
Butt out. Mind your own fucking business.
No, that's not for this bar. This is a club, not a bar. Go back to where you belong.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
It's not important. You're misbehaving. That's not what you do here. You come here to have fun. You're not having fun.
This is our
You're
fun.
supposed to hear. And it's time for them to leave. And I'm gonna try and intimidation's not. Yeah, intimidate, manipulate.
Okay.
Because I'm just a simple human right now.
Yeah, you got your flush going.
But he is fuming with what's going on. He is trying to intimidate and manipulate them to leave.
Okay, and what is the roll against that?
It's just him, using words first.
Yeah, but
So
give
I
me
don't
some
know.
sort of intimidation check. Let's
Yeah.
see. Yeah, you have intimidation, and do you want to use your strength, or do you want to use your charisma?
I was using manipulation.
Okay. Messy crit.
It would be the same either way. They're both same amount of charisma.
And what is
manipulation.
the save for that?
What would you think the save for that would be? Trying to. It's a social.
I usually do like I guess maybe an insight resolve.
Yeah.
Composure,
Yeah,
insight.
composure.
Yeah. I think composure would be better on this one.
Okay, so it's only going to be.
I have the cane in my left hand in the sleeve of the suit. It's not obvious that it's there.
Okay, they're not taking it. They're not.
All right.
They shove her back in one of the booths, rather hard.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how bad off that ends up being. 4 and a 2. No, let's cancel that. We'll do it this way. Yep.
I tried, guys. I
Yeah.
tried.
It's pretty hard.
No problem.
Yep. So I got my good old knuckle dusters. And I've got a stake makeshift if I need it. But it is time for them to leave.
All right.
So I'm going to to get the guy that's nearest the door and just kind of escort him out with a fist to the jugular.
Okay, go ahead and give me a strength roll.
Alright. I'm good at these. Strength and 3 extra for potence. It's a messy critical, but that's 5. Well, plus 1 because the brass knuckles.
Give me a second.
Okay, so yeah, that's
5.
6, but it's a messy critical.
Yep, I'm just rolling his athletics dexterity. Alright, so it's a 6 with a messy crit.
Yeah.
Which is
I
going
think
to
he's
be
a vampire.
which is going to be a difference of 4. Where's his health currently at? Ooh, okay.
Superficial.
I don't know how superficial, because you said potence was added to that.
Yeah, it's not aggravated against Kindred. It's aggravated against mortals.
Alright.
Kindred have it, so it's still just...
So explain to me what the messy part of it is.
Push him to the window.
Yeah, I was thinking it might have actually not gone cleanly through the door. It knocked a whole lot of shit in the way, causing more of a scene.
Alright. So yeah, you knock him back into the host stand, I guess you could call it. You know, the little station right there by the door where they, stamp your hand, blah blah blah. Take your money when there's a tab that night. Crushes it as he tumbles out the door. Now his buddy didn't like that too much.
Oh, that's fine.
So let's see what his is. Alright. 4 and a 2. Not bad at all.
Celerity is for bullets. Does that also work on brawling, I would assume, as well?
For defense?
Yeah.
I was using Dex Athletics, but you can use your brawl.
Celerity is a discipline as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Alright, so let's get this roll in. He swings at you, and that's going to be a 4.
Ooh.
And another...
This is a bestial failure, though. I meet it, but it's a bestial failure. Plus 4 if the black vest counts, so...
Yeah, no. This is a haymaker towards the head. But you notice at the last second that he extends his claws, his fingernails, a little bit.
Yep.
Still misses. But, bestial failure. You get the urge to not go so light on them after that. When you notice that he's trying to use abilities he shouldn't be using against a human or a mortal. Not as far as the Masquerade's concerned.
Yeah.
So,
one guy's out of there.
Let's go ahead and deal with... this. Alright, and I don't know how to do the human part of this.
I would think it's just Dex Athletics as well for a human.
Yeah, but I don't have... I haven't made any human-based characters yet, so that's what I mean. So
I would say he must have some athletics for being a bouncer, but then Dex-wise, that's more strength than Dex.
I'm going to see what we got here.
How many dice would you think a human would have for a roll like that?
Actually, I think they have stats for that in the book.
Somewhere in the book.
Well, I don't know. They've got them... you know what? I'll go with a...
It's very simple. Like,
I'll go with a police tab. This one here. No, that one doesn't give me much nothing to work with.
It's not in the
Go to page 371. And Gangster might be a good one to use.
Gangster?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Let's bring this up here then.
Okay, yeah, gangster's like 4 physical, 3 social, 3 mental.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go back to the roll here. He rolled a 3. So let's see, what do I need to roll for you? What we got there? That's a 3 as well. Alright, so yeah, the other one swings at Jordan, and he's able to do a whole little martial arts sidestep to use the attacker's momentum against him. So, it's up to you.
This other guy, I'm gonna try and send him out the door as well.
Alright.
Which is going to be brawl, strength. 8 successes.
Let's find out. We bring him back up. He's only got that, so that's going to be... Alright, so that's 6 more to this guy. So we call that 6 superficial.
6 superficial. Yep, and if that fills his health, then it goes into aggravated.
He's okay. Make sure I got that right.
Maybe going for the eyes and playing dirty with this guy.
Yeah,
is
you've
kinda
hit
what's going on.
him for 6 superficial, and that pretty yeah, you hurt him pretty well. Let's see if he can retaliate.
And then yeah, trying to send him out the door.
Yep, that's right. So he stumbles, partially, reeling from the hit you just gave him, confused. And he tries to hit you, swings at you with a 2, which I'm pretty certain you'll be able to have no issues with.
4.
Yep, no problem. It seems like he's swinging wild at you.
Makes sense for a gangrel.
Alright, let's go ahead and deal with these 2 again.
I'm pretty sure I have their attention so they don't have to deal with Zoe.
Oh, Zoe's been forgotten.
Yeah, good.
Actually, what was her name? Michelle has come over and helped Zoe up off the floor and has taken her behind the bar to put some ice on her head.
Mm-hmm.
Or is in the process because, fights only happen so fast or so long. And we're in our 2nd round, right?
Yes.
Okay, that probably hurt. So let's see. That's probably going to hurt real bad if it doesn't do very good here. Okay. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 6? So he takes 2 aggravated wounds.
Poor Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan takes. So yeah, he's in the D&D world considered bloodied.
Some cracked ribs.
Well, you see a couple of his teeth fly out as he gets hit in the side of the jaw.
I wonder if this place has dental.
I don't know. You know the boss. You tell me if he thinks he takes care of his employees.
Yeah, I think he would.
All right, so let's go ahead and retaliate, shall we? 1, 2. Was it 1? Just 2 successes. This 6 or higher, right? Counts as success.
Yes.
I heard yes and I heard no. Yeah, there it is. There's a success right there. 6.
Yes.
Alright, so it's going to be 3 successes. So let's see how that does against this guy. I think that's right. No, that's not right. What did I say it was? Just the 5. So yeah, that's correct. Okay, so yeah, he nails this guy for 2 superficials. So kicks him, where it should really, really, really hurt him, but doesn't really, really hurt him that bad. All right, the guy outside has gotten up. He hasn't come back in the door yet because he just got himself up off the ground. It's now your turn. This will determine whether or not this ends it here or now.
Yeah, I'm gonna help Jordan out since he's having a lot of trouble. That's the guy I'm gonna,
Okay.
swing and hit. I hope. Roll. Spring. That.
And you're using just your fist, right?
I do have some knuckle dusters out. I'm not playing completely fair, and that's a bestial.
Yeah, but you've not added your knuckle dusters to the damage you're rolling.
I'm adding that. It's a +1 die.
Okay,
+1.
you got it in there then?
Yeah, it's in there.
All right.
And I'm gonna go ahead and push 3 more willpower.
All right.
I'm really trying to get this guy to get the hit, and I don't.
All right, so that's 6 to him. Let's go ahead and give him his
chance.
All right, so that's 3 more superficial to him.
And looking at all of them, I just tell them to leave.
All right, so with that final blow, it seems that you have the upper hand in fighting abilities over these gangrels. They've decided to back out the door and to get on their bikes and leave. You do notice that Jordan has got a busted jaw and possibly some fractured ribs. And Zoe's fine at the bar, got a bump on her head from being thrown back.
I'm gonna, kind of pick him up and take him back inside to the back of the room, kind of close off the bar for now, put the little
Yeah, I got you.
thing over, and take him into the back.
All right.
Those quarters.
And with that excitement, we're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. Is that good, guys? So we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, in about 10 minutes so that our players can, get drinks, use the bathroom, walk the dog if they need to, things like that. So don't go too far. We'll be right back. And we're back. We left off with Igor showing a few gangrel how to properly act in a club. Or, what's the phrase? Be nice until it's time to not be nice?
I tried diplomacy, it didn't work.
Maybe we should just call you Dalton. Alright, so we'll leave you off there. But before we do, you notice Strix gives you a kind of a nod, an approval. And you can't actually see through the windows up top. You notice that apparently they're one way.
Mm-hmm.
So now we get to the government building.
Okay.
And you are searching. You search for quite a while and kind of felt like this was taking all night, which it pretty much was.
Yeah.
Either somebody had a bad filing system or you weren't really catching on exactly how their filing system was working. It does take you a little while. Finally, you find the address to the building that the Club of the Lawn was at, and it did have a... Hold on a second. It did have a corporation name for it. I don't know why I haven't had this brought up at all. Alright, so, no, I don't want to talk to anybody. You do find a dummy corporation name. I was going to see if I can find a listing in here that might, be coincide with, but doesn't sound like I'm going to. So we will come up with something for it.
McDaniel's Imports.
Hold on.
Campbell Imports, the purveyors of all things Scottish.
It is owned by Radiant People's Commonwealth is the name of the company.
Okay. Wow. That sounds like a cult. Well, I have this. I can give it to people who can understand computers. So, I will leave, cleaning up after myself, and I will head over to 51 degrees.
Okay.
But
go ahead.
it's probably getting close to 3 in the morning or something.
Yeah, which you start seeing, as you arrive at 51, there's people leaving.
Actually, let me do something slightly different. I'm just going to text the name to Igor and say, find somebody to look up this corporation.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, somewhere around about 3 o'clock in the morning, you get a text from Judd about that place.
Campbell's. Alright.
All right, Alright, so what are you going to do with that info?
So I don't know that Strix is there, but
But you know he is near Kristoff, so...
yeah. And Kristoff has people. This way I don't have to worry about going to Kristoff in case somebody is following me.
Right.
So.
Right, so what you doing? Well, we'll just say 3 o'clock in the morning you get that text with that information. What is Angel doing during all this time?
All right. During this time, he's going to call up one of his herd to alleviate some of his hunger. And then he's going to pull up his laptop and scrape the internet for any mentioning of Elon through basically run a script that scours basically through the night, I guess, any mention of Elon through the regular web and through the dark web to see if there's any hits.
Well, give me a technology intelligence check.
All right.
Ooh. Well, I mean, successful. Messy, but successful. I wouldn't even know how to tell you how searching through the internet was messy.
He gets frustrated and bashes his computer.
Yeah, you break your laptop, but you found something before you broke it.
They picked up a virus.
Yeah.
Got distracted on.
You were doing a bunch of searching through the dark web. You pissed somebody off on the dark web, and they started. They did a porn bomb on your computer.
Okay.
Of feet porn.
Oh, she needs to shave those hairs off those.
Yes,
knuckles.
there's some nasty ones in there. You know, some badger feet, kind of, along with some granny feet. You know, it's not the good stuff. It's the really dark, nasty crap. You know, toe jam. You know, the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying, you know, we don't kink shame here, but that's on you.
Yeah.
Harper's like, oh, please. All right, so, where are we? Okay, you do find out, you know, all the dark rumors about what actually happened at Elon. You know that it was just recently purchased and then, you know, had some sort of contagion hit inside, that the local CDC showed up and fumigated the place, but before they were able to completely eradicate what was causing the problem, that several people did die. The government had it locked off for days. Let's see, there was one guy that you caught in one of the chats that stated that it was all a cover-up, and that it was also a setup, that the people inside were killed by the government, and that he had caught wind of it through one of his conspiracy theory chat things he was doing.
Okay.
You question him a little bit more about it, and he tells you that, you know, he keeps his he keeps a radio tuned to different frequencies that the government tends to use, and one of them was weird that he listened to. Was talking about give me just a second, I want to make sure I get the terminology correct. No, that's not what I asked for. Okay, maybe this is it. Robert, maybe you can help me out. What would the SI identify Kindred as?
Oh, there is a special term.
Yeah, I know there is. I just can't remember what it was.
Why I right now I don't remember.
All right, I'll try it again.
Blanks, isn't it blanks?
Blank bodies.
Blank bodies.
Thank you.
Was
So-
that to go?
Huh?
Just looking up stuff. I came across the word Bastigo.
Yeah. The blank bodies is the term. He says that they keep referring to a building full of blank bodies, torching blank bodies, taking blank body specimens, and he said it was real weird how they kept referring to them.
I will ask, basically get the channel number or channel frequency of that radio. So what?
Give me a persuasion, because this he's on the dark web and he is a conspiracy theorist, and he may think you're not, on the same page. He may think you're like some Fed trying to get information, find out where he's at. All right.
I'll do another.
Yeah, go ahead and give me 3 more. Yeah, it takes you not very long before you convince him that you're a believer,
Mm-hmm.
and he gives you the frequency. Yeah, I don't want an actual.
They could have just given him the frequency
Yeah.
instead of trying to find one.
We'll just say 165 megahertz. And we'll go with that. I was actually trying to see if there's one that might have been used in like TV and movies that have been referenced as. But no. Alright.
And I want to. I'll write down what his chat name is.
What his chat name is. Of course you will.
His handle.
Alright, and he'll give it to you. I'll give it to you here in a minute. This is his. Nope. Come on now. Alright, whatever. Here is his handle. The first one is to actually tell you what the second one actually says, but that's his handle is the second one.
Okay. While I have him here, I'm going to do another technology intelligence roll to see if I can do geolocation.
On him?
Yes.
Okay, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the highest success you can actually get with that?
3.
Yeah.
Well, if they're all 10s, then 6, I guess.
Well, I mean, if you can get 4 successes with that, then I'll let you have it.
Yeah, you can get a max of 5.
Okay.
Because 2 10s is 4, and then 1 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think. I mean, you can re-roll the successes, can't you, with a wisdom? Nope. All right. Yeah, I mean, you can try it, but you're not gonna get high enough.
Yeah.
It's you start trying to locate him using the technology and what kind of information you can actually get from it. You don't even know where to start.
Yeah. Okay. I will pass that on to someone who has more technological skills.
All right. And that takes you most of the night. So we'll say it's about 3 o'clock for everybody. About that time you get that text.
Perfect. I will mention what I've learned about the Campbell's Corp or whatever its name is to her and see if she could dig into that a little bit, find out some information on that from what I've gotten from.
What's this in reference to?
Did you just send me the name of this place? You didn't give me really any information.
The Radiance People Commonwealth. That's all I gave. I said.
And you know it's connected with
find
the
out
law.
about this.
The Radiance.
The Radiance People Commonwealth.
Alright, so, yeah, we are looking into some possible leads of who tipped off everyone with what had happened back in Elon, like a few weeks back, and these were the people who had bought, I'm assuming, who owned the land. I don't know why else he would send me this name when we're looking into possible suspects.
Okay, so you need me to run a full check on this group called the Radiant People's Commonwealth over and any connection to Elan, right?
Yes. I haven't heard from Angel if he's found anything, but this is all I know as of right now.
Well, I mean, it's not really a whole lot to go on, but I guess I can check it.
If it would have any connections of any sort to, it should have a connection to the Baron at least, I would assume.
Oh, you mean, yeah, the Anarchs here in town?
Yeah, since that's who
Well,
put on
sure.
the party. But
Well, I mean, my sets are done for the evening, so we got a couple hours left. I guess I can hop on and do some looking up. Does the boss know about it?
I haven't gone up there yet. No,
But he knows you're looking into this.
I probably would have had time to go talk to him after the whole fight and everything. So by the
Yeah,
time I
he
got the text, I would have.
he
let
gives
him
you
know
kudos,
about
by the way, for handling it the way you did, even though you could have probably made it, done a lot more damage.
it. Yeah. I tried not to do, but sometimes.
But all right. So as long as boss knows, this is what we're doing. I'm not gonna.
Hey, if nothing comes of it and we don't find anything, it's been nice knowing you. And this is the last 2 nights.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, no. Kind of hold out the little bit of cane and just kind of poke myself in the chest. Yeah, it's gonna be real great, I hear. Meeting with someone high up didn't go extremely well.
And oh my.
You know, Angel, how he likes to talk.
Wait. And who did you meet?
The opposite of the Baron.
An angel was talking to them.
Yeah. They.
I mean,
brought
he's
him to us.
a great lad. I mean, but He can talk himself into trouble pretty quick.
He's the one that brought up the fact that the Justicar was in town.
I did not.
You're not there.
Hey,
I'm
doesn't
throwing you
matter.
under the
That's
bus.
the story now.
I'm throwing you under the bus.
The Justicar. What
Yeah,
happened?
yeah. I'm sure you had heard that float around a little bit, that there was a Justicar that was in town in Savannah.
Yeah, I guess
Or
I
the
did hear
Justicar's
some.
people.
I did
Yeah.
hear some rumors from somebody. I just can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
And he's the one that started that.
Yep. Yeah, and then apparently the lady he told that to is a...
And that, my mistake, it wasn't the lady he told it to, it was the gangrel that was watching the scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was my
Yeah.
mistake. I remembered it after I'd already done all that, so I do apologize for the continuity issue there.
So, yeah, Gangrel caught wind of him telling a Fed, or a cop, not a Fed. Same difference, really. It's that bad either way. But... And since I'm lumped in with him, awesome, right?
Well, I'll see what I can find out. And she goes back into the back room and pulls out a laptop, hooks it up to another box, and all sorts of things she pulls out of this case and starts hooking these things up. Some of them you recognize as computer parts, and others you don't really recognize what they could possibly be.
I have 8 point in technology and not a whole lot in intelligence, so...
Well, why don't you go ahead and
basically.
you can give me a roll if you want and see if you can recognize.
This'll... Hey, 2 successes, and that'd be on the hunger die.
So, yeah, I mean, you recognize the laptop, you recognize the external hard drive, you recognize the, it seems to be a modem that's been augmented to maybe bounce signals around so that you can't actually track where it's coming from. She's got it all hooked up to a cell phone that looks like a burner. But, that's... Other than being a hacker, you probably don't know half of what the rest of it is, but you do recognize it all as being computer-based technology. And she goes to work.
I'll send Angel a message. Find anything? Send it.
Oh, just as you're about to send a message, you get a phone call from me.
Oh no. I see that. And, oh no. I'll answer it. Hello.
Hey, it's Angel.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Partying.
Partying?
Yeah,
We got some investigation to do. What the fuck you partying for?
Oh no. I'm out here. Just
partying like it's your last day.
Yeah. No, I'm.
That's some shit I would do.
There's this awesome.
Why am I being the responsible?
Yeah. There's this awesome DJ that's down here at the club. This DJ Strix. You should.
Strix is there?
Yeah. You should totally swing by. It's a great place to be right now.
Well, I was gonna see if you could get a hold of the boss and have him get a hold of Strix, but if Strix is there.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
You should swing by.
Well, by the time I get down there and all that, daylight saving times, time change.
So
Might be
what?
pushing.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of time change. And
Alright. But I found out some information.
oh, cool. All right. Why don't you just swing on by?
Okay.
Come on down. Party a little. Live a little.
I do live a little. Why are you... What's wrong with you? Are you under the influence of something?
Beep. Hangs up.
That motherfucker.
I'm in a club. There's people around. I can't just say shit out loud.
So what do you do, Angel?
I will hop on my bike and make my way down there. I guess to make sure I'm not being followed.
Well, give me a drive check. Drive dex or insight awareness or whatever.
successes total.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be anybody following you right now.
Okay.
Question? What was that frequency again?
165.
Something like that.
165 megahertz. Sorry.
Yeah. So I hop with the bike. Go on in, wondering where Jordan's at.
Shit's just smattered on the floor.
Yeah, you see, blood streaks here and there. Probably see a tooth you step on your way through the door.
What the fuck happened?
And
Hey,
the club itself is
party.
closed because it's after 3.
Yeah. What kind of party did you have here?
So
You see Zoe sitting off in the corner, still got a bag of ice on her head. You see her trying to take care of Jordan, who's got a busted up face and he's grabbing his ribs.
What the hell happened?
I will look at you specifically with no other people around and just kind of pull down my bottom lip with a fang showing, and then just 3 fingers and wave you over. Kind of silently hand. If anybody saw anything, they saw me wave at you with 3 fingers and direct you over towards us. Whatever that were to mean to them.
If they're paying you any attention.
Yep.
Michelle's cleaning the bar, putting away glasses. Who else do you have working there now?
Carla.
Okay. Oh, Carla's back in the back doing, what Carla does management-wise. And there's a new girl. You haven't quite gotten her name yet, but she's new and she's trying to clean up some of the tables and clean, mop the floor where people have spilled drinks. Just, lights are up. Just people cleaning up.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a ruckus. Some people came in thinking that they were hot stuff and had to escort them out. They were a bit rough on Jordan and Zoe.
Okay.
Yeah, Strix is back this way.
Okay.
Yeah, no, leave the new girl alone.
Oh.
No.
There's a new
come on,
girl.
This way.
What? Sorry. What's her name?
It's not important. She's fine. You can get her name next time.
Okay. Strix!
Not now, I'm working.
He's got some more information that might be a little handy.
Alright, what you got?
Okay. So, I went on the dark web.
Do you know how to do that?
A little. Kind of.
Did you follow proper precautions? We'll take that as a no.
Well, I did end up with a porn bomb. So,
Yeah, I'm sure that really hurt your feelings.
there's some nasty ass feet.
Oh, you got that one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that laptop is ruined.
Yeah.
Unless you're on a desktop. Were you on a desktop? Were you hooked into the place's Wi-Fi manually or through Wi-Fi?
I was through Wi-Fi.
Okay, so you weren't manually plugged in.
No.
Were you on a desktop or a laptop?
Laptop.
Yeah, that thing is that's a brick now.
Okay.
The virus that was sent your way, yeah, it's a bad one. It drops the nasty feet bomb thing on you, but it's it's got a Trojan horse in it. It's got a key masker. Anything you type into the computer, it sends to the other computer that sent you the virus. Yeah, there's a lot involved in that, and yeah, that laptop is probably shit now, so you might just throw it away.
Okay.
Anyway, you were saying.
But I have some good porn on there. Anyways, I came across a gentleman that apparently some conspiracy theory here, and this is his handle. I tried to do like a geolocation, but I wasn't sure how to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Quicksilver. I think I've seen that name before.
However, he gave me this frequency that it's a government frequency, but I'm thinking it might be part of the SIs because they kept referencing the term cold ones or
Cold ones.
Like bodies.
blank bodies
Blank-
or
Oh, black. Yeah, that's what they call us.
yeah.
All right. Well,
So maybe we could tap into that, and we can find out who Quicksilver is. We can go talk to him personally, and maybe he can tell us who relayed that information to him. Because apparently there's another chat channel.
well. First of all, let's go ahead and give me that. That frequency you got.
165.
165. Okay. She dials it up, and the first thing you hear is a little bit of static. And then you do start hearing a conversation that seems to be going on between two people. You hear commonly referred to as landslide. They keep referring to landslide as if it's a person. Is there any more information from landslide? Has landslide given us any other locations we need to check? Just the last two houses we've been to, they're real slow about giving us the information. I don't know why. They agreed to help us to eradicate the infestation of these blank bodies. So I don't know why they're being so sparing with the information. And it seems to be a long conversation between the two about you get the different addresses that have been hit that you know of that have been torched recently. That landslide has given them that information.
Mm-hmm.
And they're responsible for eliminating the blank bodies that were in there. So you have a code name for whatever may be stirring the pot. And as of right now, that's all you have.
Okay.
Also, she does tell you, Igor, that the company, Radiant People's Commonwealth, it is part of a group of companies that's owned by a... You're right?
Yeah, I'm good.
It's owned by a parent corporation that seems to be owned by or ran by... What the hell was it? Where is it at? Talon Industries.
Talent?
Talon Industries.
Talent. Alright. Alright. That makes sense if he's the Baron and that's the parent corp.
And she said, "That's as far as I can go with that." Granted, as of 14 days ago, ownership left Radiant People's Commonwealth and has now been a government seized property.
Alright.
And that's the last information she can get to for you on the property itself.
Alright.
Okay.
And you wanted me to check on this fellow, right?
Quicksilver. See if you can either befriend him on, relaying info that he may hear about other blank ones or locations they may, or just find his general location so we can hunt him down. And
Okay, well, let's see what I can do. And let's see what she can actually do. Alright, do a willpower. That's the wrong ones. Supposed to be these. Alright, no, I mean, yeah, this guy's pretty good. Let me see if I can bring up for. There we go. Nope.
could you do a scrape to see if there's any mention of landslide on the dark web?
Alright, so yeah, you see her just pounding away on the keys, and you see like a screen in front of her. It's got like a world map laid out, and you can see a line going back and forth from continent to continent, just running back and forth, back and forth. And finally it stops in London.
Okay.
Okay, apparently your friend is in London? Why would he be in London? And why would he care about what's going on here? So she does some more digging into anything that has his name attached to it. And she finds out that he apparently had knowledge of the fall of London prior to it happening. She finds several chats where he's discussing the fact that he found a frequency that's seems to be that he's heard used before, dealing with different cities and these blank body issues. And once the communications is quit in the particular areas, things changed politically. You know, different structure, different people in charge. Several buildings had burned during the time period. It was weird, but according to what information he would post in his chats, they're apparently taking out what they call blank bodies. That, and through the conversation, that they couldn't be in the sun. That, you know, fire took them out for good. He didn't want to say point blank that, you know, vampires exist and that there's just somebody hunting them down, but he insinuates it in several of his chats without actually coming out and saying the words.
Okay.
To the point where some people think he's a crackpot because of it.
Wait a second. Is Quicksilver Zeke?
Zeke? You mean that street preacher down the street? I mean, that's London, dude. This guy's down here in Savannah. The Quicksilver's in London.
I was just making a joke. But yeah, could you do a scrape to see if there's anything on landslide?
Landslide. Okay. Well,
You
I mean,
mentioned.
I can give that a attempt. Let's see what I can find. Well, that's not bad. She pounds away on the keys again. It's now about 4 o'clock in the morning. She says she's found several documents through, you know, hacking the FBI database that reference a landslide being a key informant to dealing with insurgents in the city of Savannah. But none of the documents would actually point out who this landslide character was. even so far as to use they for any kind of pronoun related to them throughout any of the transcripts. Give me a second. Let's find out how good they are at that. Let's bring up this one. We got technically 3. So let's try you again. Okay. Now it's about 4:30. She's still jamming away at the keyboard. She said, "I found a document that let something slip." What's up?
Oh no, nothing. Go and finish that.
She said one document did let it slip that they are a she. Some low level tech had accidentally put in when they were talking about landslide that her information was sound. We found 5 blank bodies in the structure, and all 5 have been eradicated.
Okay.
And that's all the information you get at 4:30 in the morning. So Judd gets a text from Igor.
Yep. And that's all it says is we found some information or some stuff.
Okay.
Do you have an extra thumb drive, or you can print out the information? Well, no, we shouldn't print out the information.
Don't do that.
Well, I was going to take it to the prince,
Why?
because they're wanting... In order for us to live, we have to figure out who Landslide is.
Well, this doesn't tell you who landslide is.
But it might be enough to buy us more time.
If you're dealing with a prince, the only way you're going to get more time is to actually complete the task.
Okay.
That's why I don't deal with them.
I wasn't trying to, but Igor got me tied up in the shit.
Igor's standing right behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Igor told me all about how he got you involved. And she just kind of rolls her eyes and goes back to the keyboard.
Okay.
It's 4:30.
I'm going to hit a blood bank before I go back home.
Okay. Not a problem. You've
And-
done it several times. It's like second nature to you.
I'm going to text back to Igor and just say, meet up tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I will get blood bags and get back home.
Alright, so what about the other 2?
I'm gonna head back home, but I want to see if I can get a copy of that on the thumb drive. Granted, I know Cameron don't really like technology, but that way we don't have to go digging through it again. So, copy all the
So
files.
you want me to give you one of my special thumb drives so you can carry away to give information to the prince?
Let me check my bag. See if I go to
Yeah.
my... Actually, I should have some at my booth that have different playlists on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look through, find the one that had like the shittiest playlist on it,
Yeah, you find one.
have her wipe it, and then put that information on there.
This wasn't in your laptop tonight, was it?
No, this is up at DJ booth.
Before she sticks it in her system, she runs some sort of program.
Mm-hmm.
You can see Give me a technology roll with intelligence. Yeah. This looks like Matrix stuff to you.
Okay.
Then you probably actually start geeking out and talking about, the Matrix and whatever information you might bring up about that to Strix.
Yeah. It's like following the white rabbit. You don't have a tattoo, do you? White rabbit,
I got tattoos, but you're not going to see any of them.
Yeah, if it's getting to be like 4:30 and they're doing this, I'm gonna.
Marcus shows up. Hey, Eagle, right?
Yeah.
Where am I taking you?
I just need a ride down to whatever that cemetery is called.
Cemetery.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay, no problem. I'm waiting for you to get done.
Nope.
Get somebody in there. You want just dropping you off.
Yep, one-way trip.
Hey, whatever. It takes you on down there.
Yep, and simple enough. No questions really asked. With it being 4:30, it's like sun will be up at like 6, and I don't want to push it too much. And he'll get a nice little $259 tip.
All right. He thanks you immensely, and it's not really necessary, but I appreciate it. And just call me if you need me.
Yep.
After this program runs for a few minutes, then she plugs in your flash drive.
Okay.
And it runs a little bit longer, and then finally she downloads what information she has. Against my better judgment, then she types in a few keys before she hands it to you. Alright, that should do it. And hands you the flash drive.
Okay. You password protected, correct?
Yes, I have password protected it. The password is password. That way you don't forget it.
Alright.
No, I've actually ran several system diagnostics on your flash drive there. You had 4 viruses on that thing. I don't know if you knew that. They weren't as bad as the last one you got that you had to throw your laptop over, but I'm sure a few of your songs have made it out to somebody else's system. So it is now secure. You're welcome. And she closes her laptop, packs everything up, and walks out the door.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
I'll go on bike and ride home.
Alright.
I'll inform Judd that we learned a decent amount, really.
Okay.
So, the whole the informant that's been talking to the, people and everything, we gotta try and find a person or a group of people, maybe a landslide. Possibly a she. It seemed like they were talking about a possible group of people, but at the same time, at one point they called them a she.
Okay.
But that appears to be who is leaking all the information.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna have to find out. Have to figure out someone I can talk to in the cam. Find out where the sheriff got their information. But finding out who this landslide is what we're gonna have to do tomorrow night.
Yeah. Angel had found a Quicksilver in London that's been listening in on all these things, and they seem to be knowing everything before it happens. Whether they just have the right frequencies or if they're involved as well.
And you tell me that they're also behind the, houses. So.
Yeah. This landslide has been leaking information about the addresses where the houses have been hit, the blank bodies inside. That they first leaked to this area that had 5 of them, and then they all died. They killed all 5 of them. Yeah, just basically everything that was discussed there. I tell you.
Okay. Well, tomorrow we're gonna have to just figure out who that is. Now, you're welcome to stay here if you want to.
Yeah, that was
You might
kind of
have
the
some time.
idea.
Huh? Okay.
It's
Yeah,
gonna take me too long to get back to my place.
No problem. There are still some sleeping bags.
Hope I never have to use one of those.
Well, hopefully we'll be fine tomorrow night and not, you know, looking at a sunburn.
Yeah, that's kind of the hope.
Yeah.
I just know that my house, it could go some places, but it's not really meant for offshore.
Yeah.
But
yeah. No, I completely understand. But no, this way we can get started early, as soon as sun sets, and we can get out there and find out.
do you know if the Panama Canal is open at night?
No idea.
Maybe St. Louis then.
Marcus. You look like you're asleep, pig.
Oh no. I'm here.
Alright, just making sure. So you guys calling it a night?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find somebody to nibble on tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you two are in the crypt, and I'm taking it you're at your room, your place?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Before you go to sleep, grandfather harasses you once more about your choices in death and life and all that, and why you bring these losers around, and don't understand why you're having so much trouble. You should know better. You should be like your great cousin Chester, who made it rich by selling spandex. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I understand. It's I'm going to be compared to everyone good in the family, and
Yes, he's definitely. You can't do anything right. It's your relationship with your great dead whatever grandfather.
yes. Oh no. Yeah, I understand. Well, maybe one day I'll make you proud, summon up an army of undead or something.
Just don't summon me. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm good.
Nope. Don't worry. I'll leave you in your,
My bones are so old I think they're brittle. If they're still in there.
Yeah. Oh no, I got rid of them a long time ago.
What?
No, they're still rattling away.
And he sticks his head in his coffin. Are they still in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I turn them over every so often.
Gonna have a malevolent spirit on our hands now.
Alright.
Well, I mean, he's turning in his grave because I'm here, so I need to turn it every so often.
You're doing it because why not? Alright.
Okay.
Let's see how this works. Nope. Okay. Alright, so you guys all buckle down for the day's sleep. So before we call it a night, why don't we see how well you wake up on the 16th night?
Okay.
I
But
gotta
I
find that button.
Still going to...
Ooh, Igor.
Yep, I failed 2 rouse checks, so I'm at 3.
Yeah, you're getting pretty hungry. I mean, Angel, you're kind of hungry. How many hungers do you have?
I'm at 3 out of 5.
Out of 5. That's what I wanted to know, the out of 5. Okay. So, go ahead.
I picked up blood bags last night, so I will be more than happy to hand a couple off to you so you can get down to 1.
How many do you have?
I have 9 right now.
Okay, I'll take a couple Capri Suns in the morning.
Yep.
All right. So you arouse yourself. Well, rouse yourself, not arouse. That'd be that's Angel's job, rousing himself. All right. So you wake up, start your day, drink your Capri Suns, except for Angel, who doesn't have any Capri Suns. And we'll pick up next Sunday with you guys waking up in your respective areas and figuring out where you're going to go from there.
Yep. How we're going to find.
Oh, I totally didn't make the Camarilla mad by beating up 3 of the gangrel that were causing troubles at the club.
And he tells you that when you wake up the next morning.
Yes, I wait till you wake up.
Well, actually, if they were acting up in public, it's their own fault.
Yeah, beating up mortals and then baring their claws a little bit.
Yeah.
But that was only after I, initiated forceful eviction.
Yeah. But no, I mean, that's the thing. They went somewhere, they showed off, it's on them.
I totally wasn't stronger than I should have been.
But you're pretty freaking strong.
I was.
Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, join back with us next Sunday to find out if our vampires or our kindred here, do they survive another night, or is next Sunday night the last night and they get to see the sunrise at the end? Well, we'll find out come Sunday, so stay tuned for that. And if you can't wait till Sunday to come join us again, which we would love it if you join us on Wednesday night for our organized play, currently in the When Cosmos Collide still, and then of course again on Friday for some chaos with Robert running us through Consequences of Chaos. I don't know if we are still on track with the way he originally thought we were going to go, or if we've already thrown that out the window and have moved on, because
Oh no, y'all are still on track. I mean,
I
I've
don't know
corrupted one person. No, actually, I've corrupted 2 people.
So
hey,
yeah.
I think I'm going right along where Vero's thinking.
All right. Excellent. So, join us for those other programs. And please remember, we are all in this adventure called Life Together. So please keep the golden rule in mind, and that is to treat those around you the way you would like to be treated yourself. And with that, have a good week.